last night we were at a ball game, and that's always great fodder for thought and for entertainment. Many years ago, I'm not sure exactly when this all started, we began to need to affirm someone's accomplishments, their attempts. And when I was a kid, I don't remember anything. I remember pats on the back. I remember good job, try again. I remember things, but then the high five showed up. And I'm not sure what its originality was. Of course, I could have tried to figure that out, but that would be way too much work. But everything was a high five. And then along with high five, you had a high five, low five, it's five to the side, five to the wide. You had all sorts of derivations of a high five. But what it really meant was that I notice you, I recognize you, I affirm your presence. You did a really good job. You tried. The high five became a way to communicate with people without being too committed, because it was a quick high five. You really weren't touchy-feely, which back in my day, I think I remember a lot more hugs, that kind of thing. So maybe that was a derivation of, we're not going to get touchy-feely. We're just going to give a high five, and especially to a total stranger. High five is simple, innocent, a bit of contact, but not a commitment. But last night, it reminded me how far we've come. So now we do fist bumps. And when the grandson was little, he was fist bumping everybody. And I'm watching people walk around fist bumping the big mascot, fist bumping this, fist bumping that, and I'm thinking, interesting. What do we do in life that are spiritual fist bumps? Okay, now let's go back to the putting your arm around somebody, encourage them, back to the shaking a hand and say good job, pat on the back, high five, wide five, low five, fist bumps. What are we doing spiritually to tell people that they are okay, that they have worth? What are we doing for a spiritual fist bump to encourage people just in everyday life? Well, one of my things, if you want to call it a thing, is I like to send prayer texts. And I can't tell you how and why that started. I know it started during seminary when I needed to do something different for the spiritual disciplines, which are many different facets, their Bible study, their prayer, their meditation, their fasting. I didn't want to do fasting because I like to eat. And there's nothing about fasting. It's not about eating, but you know how shallow we can be. But I'd started texting people prayers, and I would just let the Holy Spirit tell me, guide me what to pray. And some of them, it's like, this doesn't make any sense, but I'm going with it. And I would send the text, and sometimes I would get a note at the end of the day, you had no clue what was going to happen in my day, this is just what I needed. Many times I would get a prayer back saying, this is what the backstory of the prayer you just sent is. A spiritual fist bump. I know that in our culture, notes are a forgotten essence. I have a cousin who still sends cards and notes, and I love it. I still send cards and notes, and if you've gone to the post office lately, you know the cost of love is getting more expensive all the time. You send a package, you almost have to sell a kidney to just mail it. But that's a spiritual fist bump to someone who needs encouragement. I get it, texts are fine, and I do enjoy them. Hint, hint, children, you could text your mother more. No, they're good. Well, no, they don't text, but they have children, and I get it. There's something, though, about picking up a piece of paper with handwritten, remember that? Handwritten. Because somebody had to take the time to get a piece of paper or a card. They had to take the time to write it. Then they had to put a stamp on it, which I think is in the 70-cent-ish time right now. Then they had to take it to a mailbox, and then they had to mail it, and then they had to trust that it was going to get to you. There was some initiative there that is important. It's a little deeper than a high five. It's a lot more long-lasting than a fist bump, and it's more intimate. There's a commitment there. I am praying for you because I love you and I see you. But I think the biggest thing with spiritual fist bumps, if we want to just be honest, is someone just walking up beside us and saying, how you doing? How's your faith walk? What can I do for you or with you? How can I pray for you? Can we do lunch? Can we have coffee? Can we spend time together? Because the spiritual fist bump of an occasional, I'm proud of you, I affirm your value, is really good, and it does matter. But time spent with others encouraging their faith walk means everything. So take the time to give a high five. If a little kid comes at you with his fist, give a fist bump. But spend some time giving spiritual fist bumps that make a difference. Have a good one.